So here we have the second gameplay trailer from Varun Mayya's Unleash the Avatar, which is now in early alpha stage. It starts with a cinematic, which is short and sweet. No comments on that because this is a game and not a movie. Let's skip ahead to the game. So the scene has completely changed from the first trailer, which was an urban jungle, and now this is an actual jungle with some ancient ruins in it. I don't see a huge difference in the walk and run cycles, but there is a big jump in graphics. It definitely feels more cinematic. The texture, lighting, atmosphere, and the world looks great at the first glance. Since it's early alpha, I won't criticize the sand physics and footprints a lot. Same with the water, it has the generic Unreal Engine look. The leaves are selectively interactive, which again can be easily done in Unreal Engine nowadays. And then we come to this cinematic where we hear our first dialogues in the game, which I really hoped were made in Hindi, but they are not. They are in English. And I think this might be their biggest pain point hereafter for the overall vibe and relatability of the game, especially for the Indian audiences. From all the inspiration that they took from Black Myth Wukong, they left out keeping the origin language. I don't know if their aim was to reach international audiences, but Aghoris speaking English like this just doesn't sell it to me. Now look at Black Myth Wukong. They took over the world with Now take a look at Black Myth Wukong. They took over the world with the origin language of their story, Chinese. They added an option for different subtitles. They didn't dub to any other language, which makes it mandatory for us to connect to their culture. It's the same reason why it feels great to watch anime in Japanese. So no matter how Indian they make their accent in the game, it will always feel unnatural to me. Now let's look at the combat. There's a good long-range teleport kick to reduce the distance to the enemy. There's a lot of defense with the first enemy. He is not really attacking. There's only blocking until the enemy is kind of exhausted, and then you finish him off with one attack. What is that? One weak point kill for all the enemies after they are exhausted. Now going to the next enemy, he literally kills him with one special attack, that is a pot coming out of nowhere. There are a lot of frames missing in action, and if I go frame by frame, you will see that the pot literally comes out of nowhere. I know these are just minions and not the final boss, but each battle counts. And right now, the overall combat is very average. Now these mid-combat styling gimmicks, I don't know where they came from and why they are putting it there, but I have a lot to talk about them later, so watch till the end. Moving forward, here they made an assassination kind of feature. Again, when he jumps, there are a lot of missing frames. If I try to go frame by frame, the bow and arrow appearing from his magical power, that is good. Now they have also included this Sudarshan Chakra, which is inspired from Vishnu or Krishna, I guess. Now here comes the final boss fight. Let's skip the cinematic again because again this is a game. A few attacks, a few blocks, and then pause. Why is this written in Hindi now? I really think that they should stick to a language. If you are making your dialogues in English, put this text in English also. It won't be cool if just the text is in Hindi. And not just people outside of India. A lot of people inside India cannot read Hindi. Just put danger or don't put anything at all. And in the first gameplay trailer, it actually kind of looked good because the environment was bright, but here it's creating a really terrible contrast, which for me is honestly very distractive or takes away the immersion of the combat. They should really try to add a sixth sense or a spidey sense kind of thing where the screen becomes focused or even red for that matter. But putting a huge glowy red text in the middle of the screen during a combat, it's actually very distractive. Again, this gimmick, I'll talk about it towards the end. I have really strong feelings against it. This looks like some special power for limited time where you get invincibility or something so you can dodge effortlessly. Again, average combat gameplay by today's standards, but it's early alpha, so we have to let it slide, I guess. Now for this Bollywood style SRK action, I don't know what this is. But I think they are trying to show that the character is playful or carefree even during serious moments like fighting or combat. But I personally find it extremely unpleasant. Now there are many reasons for that. Now I think it's heavily inspired by Black Myth Wukong's mischievous behavior of the Monkey King or Wukong. But I think they just took it from there and added it to this game and gave it some Shah Rukh Khan style or action to make it Indian. That would have been okay, but are these guys really trying to capture the global audience with this game? Or is it just Indian or Bollywood? Now look at this comment on the video, where a Chinese gamer says that Unleash the Avatar is quite famous in Chinese game community, although more like a meme. So I think this is what happens when People outside of India see things like this and they cannot relate to it, and it becomes a meme, especially when you call it a AAA game at that stage. But adding such gimmicks to the game where people cannot relate to it or don't even know what it means, it's just bad. Now, Wukong is the Monkey King. We know monkeys are mischievous. We knew Hanuman was mischievous. So we know their backstory. But what about this character? Why is he like that? Why is he doing some styles in between the combat? It is very anticlimactic, especially when you are about to do a special move or the opponent is going to do a special move which might look extremely cool with the graphics and VFX, but in the middle he pulls a this. It just looks bad. It breaks the build up, the immersion, the intensity of whatever fight is happening. After the backlash the first gameplay got, I really thought that they would remove this, but it's still here. It makes sense to us Indians, us Bollywood fans, people who know Shah Rukh Khan maybe, but to others, it's just cringe. See, I think right now they are trying to mix a ton of things: mythical stories, godly powers, urban places, ruins, and agoris. But do you really want to add Bollywood or filmy stuff in this? So overall, the game made a huge jump from the first gameplay trailer. People were calling it a mix of GTA, Wukong, etc. And to be honest, it actually did feel like they were trying to make an Indian version of those games. Now, you all might say that the game is in early alpha, so of course it has flaws and all. I know it has flaws. Everyone knows it has flaws. And even the developers knows it has flaws. And that's exactly why game devs post such videos. So people can give honest feedback and then they can improve with the collective data. So good luck to Varun and his team, and I hope they make us proud with the final outcome. Now, some of you might notice that this is the first video on my channel and you might wonder who the heck am I? Well, hello everyone, my name is Tanmay and I'm a filmmaker, VFX artist and 3D generalist with over 9 years of experience in the field. I'm a freelancer trying to step into content creation, and on my channel, I'll be entertaining and educating all things about video production, including films, VFX, 3D, gaming and AI. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.